Hey, Emmalou. I was testing. Let me turn on the music. I was testing. I couldn't remember what color, if this matched to this, and so I took just a little bit of that, and I took a little bit of this pigment here, and then just a bit of silicone fluid or silicone thinner also, and mix them together a bit and see, are they the same? And they are. So, got my colors. Get that out of the way. All right, almost ready here. Hey, Brand Flakes. You caught me. All right. So, actually, I need to get TikTok started. Do. All right, let's get TikTok aimed correctly. George is nowhere to be found. I'm at the studio today, so she's not here. So, what am I going to do here? I'm at the studio today, so... All right, so we're going to be doing some customs or custom orders. And what I'm going to do is announce the last three digits of the order number. And let's do... And what I'm going to do is announce the first three. Let's do this one first. Number 262. This one first. 262. All right, so now this is a custom order. They want a strupula. Where's my mold? There's my mold. I gotta turn this the right way for TikTok. Sometimes people on TikTok think I'm too spicy. Alright, so this one is going to be a two-color, technically it's a three-color pour, but it's only using two colors in stripes. So, where are my colors? We're going to be using this blue, and where did my gold go? I had a gold, there it is. And that gold. So, let's see. I'm trying to plan this one out right, because it's an A25, which means that the silicone is going to cure really fast. It's also a striped pour in a strupula, so I kind of have to plan things out right. So we're going to need 3 cups. I'll move this off to the side here. We're going to need 3 cups. We're going to do the base. I say base. Color number 1 is going to be the gold, and then these 2 are going to end up being this one. Alright, so I need to mix everything here, separate off, get my blue and my gold pigment in, vacuum, get it poured in here, and then into the mold. Okay. I think I can do this. It's going to be tricky, but I think I can do it. Alright, first things first. By the way, you on TikTok. My name is Derek. I am the creator, owner, head silicone slinger for Amavidi, and we make silicone sculptures. My name is Derek. Sculptures. We make silicone sculptures. Hey, Emalu, how bad is that echo? All right. Let's see what I can do here. All right, it's going to take me a second to get my silicone measured out. What is this? This is a strupula, so I need 205? 205 grams? Is that where we're at? What is this? This is strupula, so I need... Strupula is 175. This is a 2-color. No, 45, 45. All right. I think I got this right. So I'm just really trying to think this through because it's a little bit tricky and I got to make sure I get all my timing right. So I need 110 grams of part A, 110 grams of part B, add retarder, mix, separate out. Okay, I think I got it. Where is my retarder? There it is. All right, so since this is a A25 and this silicone cures really quickly, I'm using a retarder to slow down the curing process. That's going to give me enough time to get everything mixed and vacuumed and into the mold. Because I think it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky. All right. And vacuum and into the mold. Because I think it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky. All right, so we got part A and part B in the cup here. And try to make sure I get real good mix here. And part B in the cup here. And try to make sure I get real good mix here. Yes, I did say sculptures 3 times because we're making sculptures. All you folks on TikTok, we're making sculptures. Yes, I did say sculptures out of silicone because we're making sculptures. All right, so we got part A, part B, and our retarder in here. I'm going to segment off a little bit to get my pigment mixed in. All right, so we got part A, part B, and our retarder in here. I'm going to segment off a little bit to get my pigment mixed in. Now then, this one I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to try this as a dry. And I'm going to overload this to begin with because I'm actually going to end up diluting this down. I'm going to try this as a dry. I'm going to overload this to begin with because I'm actually going to end up diluting this down. Now this is one of my blues that I have trouble with, and it has a tendency to clump. So I got to be really aggressive with my mix. And yeah, TikTok, we are going blue and gold. We're using these 2 colors. This is for a custom order for a customer. It's order number 262. So if the last 3 digits of your order number are 262, then this one is for you. Order number 262. All right, so let's get this. Then this one is for you. All right, so oops. All right, now we gotta get our gold in here. Now the gold mixes in pretty easily, so I'm not too worried about it. Just want to make sure I get good positive mix on everything. All right. The gold mixes in pretty easily, so I'm not too worried about it. Just want to make sure I get good positive mix on everything. This is a really pretty blue, by the way. Look at that. All right. Okay. I have to keep measuring things to make sure I'm on the track. All right, I'm getting ready to drop this into the vacuum chamber. So this is a good time to ask questions if you've got them, because I'll be pausing. I won't have to do anything for a couple of minutes. All right, I'm getting ready to drop So if you got questions, drop them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. And if I miss your question, just keep repeating it because things go by so fast. I can't always see them all. So if you got questions, drop them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. And if I miss your question, just keep repeating it because things go by so fast. All right. Yes, there's some interesting comments going on TikTok. But by the way, if you're on TikTok, I am also streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And when I turn off TikTok, I'll actually continue on Twitch and YouTube for a bit because I don't have to talk about sculptures. I can talk about other things. So, yeah, if you're on TikTok, hit my bio, and down at the bottom there's a link that says imavd.com/TikTok. Hit that link, and that'll give you the links to my Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the things, the web store, anything you might want to know about us, it's on that link. That'll give you links to my Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the things, the web store, anything you might want to know about us, it's on that link. Yeah, Amy, I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. It may actually even be going out to Twitter as well, but I can't see the chat on Twitter, so I never pay attention to it because I can't follow it at the same time doing everything else. But I can't see the chat on Twitter, so I never pay attention to it because I can't follow it at the same time doing everything else. All right, so we're almost vacuumed out here. A vacuum chamber just pulls all the air out of the mix. I was real aggressive with my mixing, so there's a ton of air in that silicone. I just need to pull it out so that when it goes into the mold, we have a nice solid piece of silicone without any bubbles in it. All right. Now I need to get some mold release in here. All right. Got to make sure I'm lined up properly for the TikTokers. All right, so this is going to be a stripes pour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all the way off to one side. I just realized I might not be in camera there. Okay. Now then, we're going to rotate it. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I just realized I might not be in camera there. Okay. Now then, we're going to rotate it. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. So here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. And I'm going to sign my artwork here a little bit. Because it's a sculpture. And sculptures are art. And I'm going to sign my artwork here a little bit. All right. Sculptures are art. Now I got a little excess here, so I'm going to see if I can get enough to make a squishy. I got a little excess here, so I'm going to see if I can get enough to make a squishy. Got the last little bit in there. Okay. So, we have a success, I think. Double check, make sure. We got blue, blue, and gold. We have a success, I think. Check, make sure. We got blue, blue, and gold. Thank you. I'm glad you like the colors. This one actually was a custom choice. One of my customers requested these three colors together, so I can't take too much credit for it, other than making it work. But yeah, I mean, the customer had really good choices on the colors there. Now, this will take about 2 hours to cure, so I'm going to set it off to the side. Yeah, I mean, the customer had. I've got one more I'm going to do here. Now, this will take about 2 hours to cure. And let's see, I need to scooch this off the side. All right, so questions. Chat is kind of quiet today. There's usually tons and tons of questions. All right, so questions. Chat is kind of quiet today. There's usually tons and tons of questions. Do I have a green in that kind of blue? I have a few greens, actually. I have this kind of Kermit green, and then I have this kind of mossy green, and then I have this kind of teal blue green. So those are the greens that I've got, along with some others, but these are the easiest ones for me to grab. But I think we could do something like that with this kind of teal Kelly green. It's like a bluish green. I think we could do something like that with the with that color, or in that color combination. Boop 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 boop. All right, so that was for order number 262. All right, I think the next one. All right, so that was for order number 262. I think the next one is number 265. All right, I think the next one. All right, we got order number 265. Where'd my marker go? All right. So, last three digits of the order number is 265. And they got a squishy pack, so they're going to get a bunch of squishies. And then we've got a Versuston. Oh, gotta make sure I'm pointing in the right direction here. Yep, okay. A Versuston in Aurora. So Aurora is one of our standard colors. It's actually, but it's made up of three different colors. We have this teal, we have this purple, and then we have this black. So this is kind of, it's very dark and very kind of, but the teal and the purple come through on the black, and it's really kind of cool looking. So, again, this is another A25, I think, isn't it? Yep, that's A25. So, all right, this is going to be another tricky one. We got three different colors this time. And we're going to have to do an A25. Ah. So, all right, this is going to be another tricky one. We got three different colors this time. And we're going to have to do an A25. I don't know what you think it might be, but around here we call them sculptures, just to be clear. I don't know what you think it might be, but around here we call them sculptures, just to be clear. Okay. So this is going to be a Versuston. Need to make a little room here for myself. Order number 265. All right, so this is going to be a Versuston, three colors, A25. People are going to try to kill me today. Order number 265. Making me work for it. Three colors, A25. People are going to try to kill me today. Making me work for it. All right. All right, so I got my part A in here, and I've just added my retarder. And we mix the retarder into the part A first, because if we don't, and we just add everything in together, the parts of the A and B that touch without the retarder in it are going to cure faster than the parts with the retarder in it. So we mix the retarder into part A, and all the retarder does is it slows down the curing, and it's going to give me a bit more time to work here. My A25 cures in about the pot life on A25 for me is about 6 minutes, which is not enough time to do all of this, especially when I'm doing it on camera. So I add the retarder to it. That'll give me about 12 to 15 minutes. Which is not enough time to do all this, especially when I'm doing it on camera. So I add the retarder to it. That'll give me about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so now we got part A, part B, and retarder in here. We're just going to mix the hell out of it. All right, so now we got part A, part B, and retarder in here. All right. And we're doing 256 grams total because I screwed up. Divided by 3 is 85. So the way I do this is I take the total weight and mix it up, and then I will segment out what I need or section out what I need. So the way I do this is I take the total weight and mix it up, and then I will segment out what I need or section out what I need. So I'll section out what I need for each color. That way, all of my silicone cures at exactly the same time. If I mixed this one, and then this one, and then this one, they would be curing at different times. And this way I know they're all going to cure at exactly the same time. So we need purple. Purple goes down first. It's a really pretty purple. Got kind of a blue undertone to it. Really pretty purple. Got kind of a blue undertone to it. You can see it there. And you also see all the air bubbles. So we need to get those air bubbles out, which we'll vacuum them in just a moment. And now we need our black. And this black has just a little bit of an iridescence to it, so you actually can get some decent marbling. It's very subtle, but there's just a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm sure on camera it just looks black, but we might see some of that that marbling happening in the base when we get it finally poured. All right, now then, final color is our teal. Might see some of that marbling happening in the base when we get it finally poured. All right, now the final color is our teal. All right, when I get this mixed up, I'm going to be dropping them in the vacuum chamber, so it'll be a good time to answer questions if you got them. All right, when I get this mixed up, I'm going to be dropping them in the vacuum chamber, so it'll be a good time to answer questions. All right, we have our teal. Actually, you didn't get to see that. Look at that. Just a beautiful color. All right, we have our teal. We have teal. We have our black. And we have our purple. All right, into the vacuum chamber. Pro Beautiful asking, because it's an A50, it's an A25 is actually what it is. But yes, well, it's not just because it's an A25. My A25 silicone cures so fast that I have to use a retarder to slow it down. Otherwise, I have 6 minutes basically from the two parts touch to get it into the mold. If I add a retarder to it, then I get about 12 to 15 minutes. Ah, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like the colors. All right, I'm always curious. Where is everybody? Where are you all from? I'm actually here in the Midwest. Midwestern United States, the buckle of the Bible Belt, some would say. I'm actually here in the Midwest. Midwestern United States. Northern Ireland, awesome. South Dakota, Arizona, Washington State. I used to live in Seattle. I actually loved Seattle, but it just got too expensive. South Dakota, Arizona, Washington State. I used to live in Seattle. What part of Washington State? I loved Seattle. Were you on the west side or the east side? What Were you on the west side or the east side? Yorkshire, UK. Awesome. Yorkshire, UK. When I lived in Seattle, I lived in Capitol Hill. I was actually right there near Swedish Medical. What was it? It was what do they call it? It was also called Pill Hill because of Swedish Medical. But I was at the corner of Broadway and James, I think it was. Okay, so we have our colors here. Now we've got the purple. That's going to be kind of the color that's at the bottom of this cup is going to be the one that comes out last. And I want a distinction between the purple and the green. So I'm going to put the black on the purple. And I want a distinction between the purple and the green. So I'm going to put the black on the purple. Basically what I'm going to try to create here is kind of a bullseye. So I have purple around the outside, then the black, and now the teal goes right on top of the black. Basically what I'm going to try to create here is kind of a bullseye. So I have purple around the outside, then the black, and now the teal goes right on top of the black. Okay, so I don't know how much you can see of that. I can't really tip it around, but we've got our teal, our black, and our purple. And now we're going into the mold. You should see the teal go first. Then the black. And right towards the end, we should see the purple come in. There it is. I over poured on this one, so I got a lot of extra. I'm gonna make a bunch of squishies here. Well, I say a bunch. I'll get 3 squishies out of this. Okay. This out. And now I have to sign my artwork. And that is a Verseston A25 in Aurora. And that is a Verseston A25 in Aurora. Somebody was asking if I show any of the finished sculptures on Twitch or YouTube. Yes, actually I do. That's one thing I can't do on the TikTok. So once I shut down TikTok, I've got some things that I can show off over there. But I can't do it here because it's too spicy. So once I shut down TikTok, do I have squishies already made? Yes, actually I do. You want to see my bucket of squishies? I got a big old box of squishies. Do I have squishies already made? Yes, actually I do. See my bucket of squishies. All right, let me get my pigments taken care of here. Actually, I'll show you these. These are actually squishies in the making. I had a whole bunch of extra silicone, so I put a bunch of molds together. I've got dinosaurs, I've got aliens, I've got poop, these little poops, and then I've got octopus and a couple of other things. All right, let me grab my bucket of squishies. Ta-da! My bucket of squishies. So we have dinosaurs, we have robots, we have unicorns, we got smiley faces. It's actually a really pretty purple. Smiley face. We've also got gemstones, Easter Island heads. There's a poop. I should have some more poops. There's another poop. This was a mess. I was just cleaning out a mold and had to. But there's a poop. We also have paw prints and some more gemstones. Oh, there's a robot. And they're all different firmnesses because it's all just scrap that I pour off at the end. Like I really like this one actually. Really deep red with silver. It's really pretty. And this is kind of the same thing, but see the colors there? Oh, there's a bright red poop. It's a bloody poop. What else do we got here? I don't have any. Oh, I have an octopus. Actually, that's a crappy octopus. There's an octopus. All right, Kelly, you had a bunch of questions on TikTok. No, on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm getting my places messed up. Poop. Okay, how do you make it body safe? Body safe means that we use the right materials, primarily platinum pure silicone. Generally speaking, all platinum I say this is a little bit more technical than this, but basically if it's platinum pure silicone, it's probably body safe. Also, all of our pigments are body safe as well. They're cosmetic grade. They're used in making eye makeup, lip makeup, all of those things. So we make sure that all of our pigments are cosmetic grade and that they are approved for eyes and lips in the United States and the EU. So we're real conservative about which pigments we use. There are certain pigments you cannot use, and even though they might be cosmetic grade, they are not. They're not safe for all the body parts, like lips and eyes. Some of them might be safe for lips, but not eyes. There are certain chemicals that I make sure are not in any of my silicone. I'm sorry, any of my pigments, like lead. I mean, lead's a big one. I mean, haven't seen lead in anything in 50, 60 years. Cadmium. Cadmium is used for making yellows and reds, I think. Chromium. Chromium is used for making greens. Let's see, what else? Lead, cadmium, chromium, cobalt. Cobalt is used for making blues. There's also carmine, but that's not vegan. And it's not I can't say it's not body safe. But I know it's not vegan. so I can't use it because I do make sure that all of my pigments are vegan as well. So how do I make them body safe? Use the right materials, and you do your research. All my pigments are vegan as well. So how do I make them body safe? Use the right materials, and you do your research. Oh yeah, I like the zodiac signs. So anyway, TikTok. I'm about done unless you got questions for me. Oh, yeah, I like the zodiac signs. It's a quiet day on TikTok. So anyway, TikTok. I'm gonna put this up. Check for any last questions on TikTok. Then I'm gonna shut down TikTok, and then I'm gonna come back to Twitch and YouTube, and we'll do some demolds. Actually, I don't have anything to demold, but I do have some new items that I want to show off. So we'll do that in just a few minutes. But I will be back in just a second after I put up my squishies. We'll do some demolds. Actually, I don't have anything to demold, but I do have some new items that I want to show off. So we'll do that in just a few minutes. But I will be back in just a second after I put up my squishies. All right. Well then, TikTok, it's been fun. We'll do this again sometime. I do this kind of randomly, but I do actually do a weekly live stream on Twitch and YouTube. Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time. And we do topics that are kind of industry related. So if you're interested in the industry in any way, drop in on a Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central on Twitch and YouTube, and maybe you'll learn a thing or two. So, okay, bye. Anyway, drop in on a Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central on Twitch. All right. Okay. Twitch and YouTube. We are free to speak as we will. Oops. I'm trying to open up one of my other cameras here. Check. Check. We'll see if this camera goes or not. But what do we make? We make dildos. Dildo, dildo, dildo. I can't say that on TikTok. I have to say sculptures. But we make dildos. And I have fun with it. Except for when I'm on TikTok. Because then I have to be kind of serious. Alright, let's see. Oh, my cameras. There are my cameras. Okay. Let's see. Brand Flakes, you ask. Why did I choose vegan? Because I could. There were enough colors in all the different colors I wanted to do that I could choose to be picky. And so I did. It's not a huge deal for me in particular, but I do know for some people it is. And for that reason, if I can be picky enough to stay away from anything that's not vegan, then I will. All right, so we'll give people a few minutes to pop in from TikTok if they're going to. But I've been working on something a little bit different. I've got a new model that I can show off. Let me make sure that everything's okay. All right, so this isn't necessarily a new model yet, but these are Parabolicas. And I was experimenting with trying to do something that's kind of a dual firmness, dual density, as it's sometimes called. And these are hot. I finished them this morning, and I threw them into the hot pot to finish curing, but they're hot. So, but anyway, we're also playing with kind of these colors and getting these really interesting fades from white to like this kind of pastel green. But also we're using a pigment that goes over the surface that has this green in it as well. So we actually bring that green up into the tip of the toy. I don't know how well that comes across on camera. No, I do not have to, but it makes it a lot easier because I can cure them a lot faster under heat. It's just a crock pot. I mean, I call it my hot pot, but it's a crock pot, and it runs about 180 to 200 degrees. And so it kind of does a couple of things for me. One is that it finishes off the cure for me, so they cure real quick. But also at 180 to 200 degrees, it's going to kill off any of the wee beasties, as we call them, that we would want to get rid of. So it's kind of a way of sanitizing as well as finishing off the cure. So I'm curious, is that, you can just barely see that green right there, can't you? I think you can. That green just kind of goes all the way down, except for this is actually white out here. And there's this iridescent green that just goes all the way down. I'm really happy with the way that one came out. This one was just a standard pour, but we got a nice fade on that one. All right, now then. Oops. Now these two, this is actually a new model, so we'll come back to that one in a minute. This one, I was kind of, again, experimenting with that dual firmness, dual density. And it's not a deep surface coat. It's actually fairly close to the surface. And that means that it just gives just a little bit of give on the surface. Now this one, this is actually a new model. And let's see. Again, we go in for that fade. Okay. I got something from my desk, my workspace here on it. But, oh, I've got black pigment on my hands. That's why. All right, switching gloves. I'm not going to do that. Just going to use these. But one of the things about this is just how squishy these ridges are. The head, it has just a little bit of a squish to it, and these ridges have a nice squish to them too. So it's got the firmness. This is actually A25 underneath. So it's got the firmness of a nice firm toy, but we've got that squish on the ridges here that I think is really interesting. Yeah, thanks, Emmylou. I'm not quite sure. I can actually, I'll turn that camera off. Okay. Now then, I can do that. I can turn off that camera and keep the sound on. But yeah, this is a new model. This is just a prototype test here. This will go out to one of the folks in my testing group, and so yeah. So these are some things ideas that I'm playing with right now, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that this came out. I really like that squish right there. that's just the bee's knees for me. Just a little bit of squish, but it still has the firmness of the A25. Yep, this is the new one. These are actually ongoing products. This is a gibbous. This is a Parabolica. I haven't come up with a name for this one yet. But there's some interesting things about it. Like the shaft is actually a pentagon. So it has some flat faces, but also has this dorsal ridge. So, but it has a nice flat surface up here on the ventral side. And just a bit of squish. The squish ends right about there. And but yeah, I mean it's pretty firm. The girth on the new one, I don't know. I haven't measured it. It's maybe an inch and an eighth, inch and a quarter, something like that. Um, if you're new around here, we don't do big stuff. The stuff that we do is a lot more in the range of what would be considered average. So what we focus on is kind of that step between getting your first toy, because we're not going to be the first toy that somebody buys. We're probably going to be their second or third toy. The first toy they're going to get from their local toy store, it's probably going to be a Doc Johnson something or other, and it's going to look realistic and all the things. And anyway, that's not the category I want to go for, and I don't want to be trying to compete with Doc Johnson. Now, once people figure out that some of the materials that can be in some of those inexpensive toys that Doc Johnson and Lush and some of the other companies use, some of the materials can be problematic. We'll put it that way. But once they figure that out, then they're going to start looking at things like silicone or glass or steel or things like that. And a lot of times they're going to be scared of some of the fantasy stuff that's out there, like Bad Dragon. I mean, Bad Dragon will scare just about anybody. Well, unless you're into that. And if you're into that, then you're not into this, probably. So again, I kind of carved out my little section, which is that we are in that kind of medium space where it's not that huge, but has interesting shapes, textures, and ideas behind. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their preferences, and I'm not going to yuck somebody else's yum, but that's not my aesthetic. What we go for is a very refined, very streamlined style. So, uh, like this one. This is actually one of my favorite designs I've ever done. This is the Metropole, and it's got the head at the thickest part is still maybe an inch and a quarter. Around the neck here, it drops down to about an inch, and then it widens out to about an inch and a quarter down here at the base again, before it kind of tapers into. This is harness compatible, by the way. All of these are harness compatible. So, got a nice flared base for dropping into a harness, but there are a lot of different planes and angles and curves in this one. I love the way this one came out. So, that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody's got their preferences, and I'm going to make some assumptions here, but I'm also guessing that you're not wanting realistic either. So, this is kind of the category you should be looking at. Yeah, Brad. I mean, I actually have I was reading back through my website, and then I've got some pages on there, and one of them talks about how pain is your body's way of saying slow down. And so, yeah, you're right. I mean, if it doesn't fit, don't force it. Hey, Pro Beautiful. I see you made it over from the clock app. Let's check these. I want to see if any of these squishies are ready to pull. Maybe? Yeah. A baby poop! Look at that! It's a baby poop! I'll pop some of these out. And they just pop out real easily. We use the mold release keeps the silicone from sticking to itself, so I have an army of poop. I have to hold that up. Did you see the poops? So those are the poops. Let's pop out the aliens here. Look at that little guy. And then this one has a little pointy thing on his head. He's a cyclops. He's got a little pointy thing. Does that focus at all? I don't know if it does or not. This particular metallic silver is, how do I put this? It's a mix of a bunch of different stuff because I had, oh geez, here's a story for you. I was doing some pours and I wasn't paying attention to which bottles I was grabbing. And so I didn't know what was in the cup. I was like, is that part A or is that part B? And I didn't know, so I had to set it to the side and then come back to it later. And that happens more than once. Yeah, I've gotten better about it, but this particular silver is from like 3 or 4 different colors actually. There's some red in here that kind of gives it this kind of bronzy little highlights. Now the base color for this is it's antique silver. What do we call it? Is this? Yeah, this is antique silver. So this is the base for it, which is a really nice medium silver. But I ended up, having a bunch of this silver, and I ended up pouring off stuff into it when I've got extra. It's all kind of fuzzy. I make it look real easy when I'm on camera, but sometimes when I'm really into it, it gets kind of fuzzy and I over pour, and so I pour stuff off in order to, have the right volume for the actual toy that I'm pouring. But then I get this bucket. I say bucket. I have this cup here of part A that is, this, like I said, this is probably 4 or 5 different colors mixed together. And then what I decided this morning was, well, I'm just going to throw some part B in there, separate it out, do a bunch of squishies, and just, give away the squishies for whatever. The other thing is that this is a mix of a bunch of different firmnesses. So I can't even tell you what firmness this is. It's probably closer to an A10 than anything, but it's not specifically any specific firmness. Why not make tiny dicks? Because dinosaurs are cuter than dicks. So let's see if we can pop some of these out. This mold always gives me trouble. This stuff wants to stick. So we have a Triceratops, what is that? T-Rex. And now when I was a kid, this was called a Brontosaurus, but I don't think the Brontosaurus actually exists anymore because I don't know. There's a story behind that. That it wasn't actually one dinosaur. They actually had mixed up a couple of different ones, and so they ended up figuring out that the Brontosaurus actually wasn't really a thing. So they changed the name of it. Is it plesiosaur now or something like that? I don't remember. But so those are the dinosaurs. Oh no, we got an argument. All right, and then one octopus. And he just pops right out. Look at that. He's even got a little face on him. He's cute. So we have poops, we have aliens, and we have dinosaurs. I think we covered all the bases. You can't see the dinosaurs. There are the dinosaurs. Let's see if I can get this thing to come in. Bran flakes. I don't know how to tell you this, but women can get along just fine without men. Look at that army of poops. All right, I'm about done. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to wrap it up here. Oops. My stand is coming loose. All right, guys, I'm out. Go have some fun, Bran. Enjoy yourself. And we'll do this again sometime. I do these during the day kind of randomly. It just depends on if I have any custom orders that I need to live stream. Because if you do a custom order, I will do my very best to live stream that so you can actually watch your toy being made. Yeah, Pro Beautiful. I'm happy to share. Like I said, I do a live stream on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock Central. And it's very topical in the sense that, we'll dive into, maybe it's silicone, or we'll dive into pigments or, additives that you can use to adjust the viscosity or the curing time, stuff like that. So, it's fun. I enjoy it. Hopefully people learn stuff and, move on with their day. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.